The embryology of the heart is a complex and highly coordinated process that transforms a simple tube into a four-chambered organ, essential for life. This intricate development occurs early in the gestation period and is crucial for establishing the circulatory system. In this video, we'll walk through the key stages of heart development, from the formation of the primitive heart tube to the final adjustments that occur after birth. The heart begins to form during the third week of gestation. Mesodermal cells migrate to the anterior part of the embryo, forming the cardiogenic region. These cells give rise to the cardiac crescent, a horseshoe-shaped structure that will fold to create the primitive heart tube. The cardiac crescent forms two endocardial tubes, which fuse into a single primitive heart tube by the end of the third week. This tube consists of three layers: the endocardium, inner lining, myocardium, muscle layer, and epicardium, outer covering. The tube quickly differentiates into regions: the sinus venosus, primitive atrium, primitive ventricle, bulbus cordus, and truncus arteriosus, each destined to become parts of the mature heart. Around day 22 to 24, the heart tube bends and twists to the right, forming an S-shaped loop, positioning the primitive atrium above the primitive ventricle. As looping occurs, the heart begins to take shape, with regions enlarging and differentiating into early atria, ventricles, and outflow tracts. The common atrium divides into right and left atria through the formation of the septum primum and septum secundum. The foramen ovale allows blood to bypass the lungs in fetal circulation. The interventricular septum forms, dividing the primitive ventricle into right and left ventricles. This septum consists of both muscular and membranous portions. The truncus arteriosus and bulbus cordus divide into the aorta and pulmonary trunk via the aorticopulmonary septum, directing blood flow correctly for the pulmonary and systemic circulations. The AV valves, tricuspid and mitral, develop from the endocardial cushions, which also contribute to septum formation. The aortic and pulmonary semilunar valves develop from the tissue of the outflow tract as it divides. The heart continues to grow and remodel, with the walls thickening, chambers and valves taking their final shapes, and the conduction system beginning to form. Structures like the ductus arteriosus and foramen ovale are crucial for fetal circulation, allowing blood to bypass the non-functioning fetal lungs. After birth, increased pressure in the left atrium usually forces the foramen ovale to close, separating the atria permanently. The ductus arteriosus constricts and eventually becomes the ligamentum arteriosum, ensuring all blood from the right ventricle flows to the lungs. Heart development is a critical process that begins early in gestation, involving a series of intricate steps. Understanding these stages is essential for recognizing how congenital heart defects arise and for developing strategies to diagnose and treat them. Thank you for watching. For those interested in learning more about heart development or congenital heart disease, consult with medical professionals or refer to specialized textbooks and resources.